Recently, How the World Works posted a video in which he claimed that the swine flu pandemic is harmless, that there's nothing to worry about, it's all faked, it's some kind of government conspiracy. What he actually said was that there was nothing to worry about, it's not real, it's not deadly at all, it's just the flu. Well, I think that he should tell that to the six or so people who have died. The 7 people are confirmed dead. 159 people are also dead of very similar symptoms, which are highly suspected, most likely going to be caused by this flu. The World Health Organization has raised its flu alert of this pandemic to 5 out of a possible 6. This is incredibly bad. It cannot get very much worse than this, but it most likely will. All countries have been ordered to immediately activate their pandemic preparedness plans, according to the WHO chief. That's the World Health Organization. The international community should treat this as an opportunity to ramp up the response. After all, it is really all of humanity that is under threat during a pandemic, according to the chief of WHO, Margaret Chan. Phase 5 is one step short of a full pandemic. It's a strong signal that a pandemic is imminent and that the time to finalize the planned migration measures is short. So far, 7 confirmed deaths of this plague in Mexico alone. The epicenter of this horrible outbreak. Mexican officials have actually come out and admitted that 159 other deaths are most likely caused by this plague, I suppose we could call it that. More than 1,300 people are in hospitals in Mexico with these flu symptoms. Their Medicare system, which is about on par with the US, is collapsing under the pressure. 49 are confirmed to have swine flu. The United States has 91 confirmed cases of this, over 10 states. It was spread by a Mexican toddler who went to visit someone in Texas. He died. So, if How the World Works would like to apologize to that kid's family for this just a flu, which is not dangerous at all. A US Marine who has never been to Mexico has also fallen ill, which shows that it really is spreading quite rapidly. It's spreading throughout the population. You're not going to catch this from pigs. It's not spreading from pigs to humans anymore. It's spreading from people to people, which is infinitely more deadly. Shit. They decided to raise the level because there are sustained human-to-human transmission cases across Mexico and the United States. This shows that if you come into contact with someone with this, there's a high chance of you catching it. People are going to die of this. There's no fighting that people will die. And claiming that it's just the flu is very misleading and dangerous. The World Health Organization is currently trying to procure help for third world and developing nations who are battling this deadly global health emergency. One of the ones who died in Mexico was from Bangladesh. He had a brother there who is most likely also sick with it. He's already gone back to Bangladesh, so now they're searching for this guy. And this just shows how easily this is spreading. Anyone who's been in Mexico recently could have this. So if you have been in Mexico recently, or are in Mexico, I urge you to get yourself tested and take precautions that are going to be, that are in Thunderfoot's video, which I'm going to link to in the sidebar. The United States itself, the government, has declared this to be a public health emergency. Homeland Security has already said the words full-fledged pandemic, and they claim to be prepared, but they've already been preparing for a stage 6 since they heard of this. They have claimed, we are preparing for the worst, hoping for the best, according to Homeland Security Secretary Janet Napolitanto. Sorry about my bad pronunciation of a name, I'm doing this quite quickly. The acting head of the US Centers of Disease Control Protection, Richard Besser, said that the virus, which he has called quite elegantly H1N1, have confirmed cases in Arizona, Massachusetts, Michigan, Nevada, and several suspected cases in Maryland. If you live in any of those areas or near any of those states, be very careful, continually wash your hands, attempt not to touch your face. You may look a bit silly, but you probably should start wearing masks in public. Like I said, just follow Thunderfoot's instructions. That's probably the best thing you can do right now, and get yourself tested if you live in any of those states, or have been there in the past week. There are also 13 confirmed cases of swine flu in Canada, 5 in Britain, 4 in Spain, 3 in New Zealand, 3 in Germany, 2 in Israel, 1 in Austria. Italy is also investigating about 20 suspected cases. In Australia, one person has been recently detained, pending results. Oh god, it's kind of scary. Foreigners are rushing to leave Mexico because flights are being cancelled as they try and shut down the country to contain the virus. The borders to Mexico are now closed, so you probably cannot get in or out. God. WHO has said that there's no evidence that people are getting infected from pigs anymore, but Egypt is still killing all the pigs. Egypt is so scared of this, they're killing all the pigs. Every single pig in the country is being culled, just in case. Hopefully not, because that would be quite silly. But it just shows how scary this is for officials and people who know more about this. It's even possible that it's gotten to Africa. This is everywhere. Mexico, Argentina, and Cuba are already closing their borders to stop the spread. God, it's huge. And it's suspected that the people who died in Mexico were treated too late or with insufficient drugs. And it's also suspected that the strain is actually less virulent than it was when originally in Mexico. It seems to be not quite as efficient as killing people. But still, this is a very deadly, dangerous thing, and the fact that How the World Works has gone on record and claimed that it's not dangerous, claimed it's just the flu, it's not a big deal, shows that he is an idiot. And this is not just... I mean, this is worse than Venom Fang X. This is severely dangerous. If any of his viewers die because of what he said, the blood will be on his hands. Just the stupidity of his comments. Not dangerous. Ugh. I guess that when someone finally does get sick of him and shoot him in the head, which I'm not advocating, do not shoot him in the head, but if someone does, I am going to get on YouTube and I'm going to say, I don't think the bullet had anything to do with it, it was just a small piece of lead. And it will have about as much relevance and as much truth as what he has said regarding this virus. Sorry for the poor quality of this video, I'm doing this quite quickly, I'm rather pissed off with him at this point. This isn't just getting people to use inefficient light bulbs for his fan base. This could actually result in the deaths of many people. So I apologize for the poor quality. If you want, I could probably come up with a better one, but whatever. If you have... normally I ask for ways to improve my video, but I already know exactly how bad this one's going to turn out, so still, comments, whatever you want to say.
My heart's beating, my hands are shaking. Boom, headshot. Boom, headshot. Boom, headshot.
As a side note, I am also going to start my own real news type thing in direct competition with How the World Works is rubbish. I'm not just going to be, oh look, I'm left-wing, oh look at me, I'm a liberal. I'm going to give you real news. If I'm going to give you my bullshit opinions on something, I'll let you know before I give it, and I'll have my opinion or something written down the bottom. It will be a real news, not some wanker talking about absolute bullshit, trying to get people to do dumb things with a fancy background and a backward spinning globe. It will not be that. It will be the truth. And it will be much, much better than this, I swear.